Bodna.
Oh, Isharibo.
Gotha.
Class.
Rusa. A reboot.
What? What? Are you kidding? No, Louis. No, Louis. I like to embrace the changes. But that's literally the opposite of what Ukapanipa wants. Unflirty? Oh man, I wonder if we would be able to convince her to like, well, you don't want to pressure somebody, but what if she's just feeling stressful? Oh my gosh, this is the best way for her to say, Ukapanipo, now's not the time to go ahead and go on a date when all he wants to do is go on a dream date. I think we're going to embrace the change until she wants to go on a date with Ukapanipo or something else happens that he can convince her, because this is hilarious and extremely painful, but I'm going to commit. I'm going to commit to the story that is emerging all naturally against my will, just like ghost and death and everything else has happened. Okay, well, that may have changed a few things about what I thought we were going to be working on tonight, my friends. But hello and welcome back to Wedding Rags to Axolotl Riches, where we are now looking over this really cool little statue that has an axolotl. It has butterflies. Oh, apparently, no, Louis, you are such a liar. I cannot believe you just gave me a heart attack with this whole unflirty. These Sims tend to get tense around flirty Sims and seldom get flirty themselves. It's difficult for them to be romantic in public. My foot! I mean, her secondary trait is literally being a romance Sim, thanks to the absolutely amazing mods that I have, and one day hope to put into a wonderful location where you guys can find them, because that's kind of fantastic. Also, Master of the Sea and Great Kisser mixed together with being an unflirty romance Sim Child of the Ocean is giving me major whiplash, and also making me think that no wonder she's in love with a merman. What does Master of the Sea do for her again? From the conservationist career, a Master of the Sea becomes friends with dolphins and mermaids faster and can maneuver around in the ocean much more easily. Too bad Louis is still struggling to accept the fact that there isn't any ocean around here, which, you know, considering the full scope of her memories, happened to be washing up on a beach in Solani, I think just didn't occur to her that there are like landlocked locations of the world until she got here, and so she's been pretty uncomfortable. That's why it made sense to me, since, you know, she wants to go to the beach and she can't because there's no beach here. That's why it made sense to me that here she is, kind of tense, host family's younger sister died, doesn't know how to be able to contribute to the conservation group, just finally started getting her hands on our very first axolotls, and, you know, she's uncertain about everything, while Ukapanipo's coming over here rocking up with, hey, let's have a dream date, and also, like, going ahead and trying to figure out how to be a romantic explorer. It made sense to me that she's like, look, we're trying to bring a woman back from the dead while collecting a bunch of axolotls. I'm not feeling like going on a date right now. You fibbed. You absolute fibber. Look at this. Look, well, maybe don't, I don't know. Okay, look, being a Sims god has always involved a little bit of voyeurism of an unfortunate amount, but still, we're observing their relationship. And Louis, you're a hypocrite. But all right, welcome back. Well, now that Ukapanipo has gone on that little walk and talked the talk, which really was adorable, that he went on a walk, he talked the talk, he visited with Leo. Leo's feeling so much better after having gone ahead and gone on that walk with Ukapanipo. This man, like, discovers himself and has close connections with these people, even though he is actually very depressed over the loss of his sister. Apparently, somebody tried to make a pizza that hopefully he'll clean in a little bit here. Sir Leo, I was planning on you to go to bed since you're completely exhausted and it's midnight and we're actually not sleeping at the Haunted Museum tonight, but instead here you are drinking coffee. However, Leo, now that he got home from that walk with Ukapanipo, now that Ukapanipo is like, so there's like this big rock that's covered in like drawings and stuff, Ukapanipo trusts picture book. Like, he trusts pictures. He's very much a picture book reader, just saying, or a romance novel reader, which I think he's been missing reading. Um, so he brought Nalui over here so that she can study the historical insights of this rock, which he apparently cannot do, which makes me wonder if that is perhaps one of her, like, is that a Salvadoranian culture skill? Does he have any Salvadoranian culture skill? He has like a little bit. Is it an archaeology skill? Maybe that's why she can study the rock, because she does have archaeology skill as well. And I'm thinking that those things combined might just help us with being able to begin a brand new deep lore addition to all of my Sims worlds, where completing the Axolotl collection will allow you to restore life or quality of life to a Sim. I love the idea that it can kind of be like ambrosia or the de-deathify spell or the wishing on the wishing well, or feeding a sim ambrosia. There's a lot of different ways you can bring a sim back to life that I've been looking into, a la the fact Leo's sister burned to death and we kind of had to pivot. But it turns out that all of those things are so beautifully united together if you're thinking about axolotls and the way that axolotls, due to the special development of the cells in their body, they can actually regrow entire limbs and other body parts or missing organs the way that other creatures cannot. Remember when, well, oh no, no, this is gonna kind of date me, I think, compared to a lot of you. But back when stem cells first started really hitting the news, I say in big quotation marks, a long time ago, we don't really see them in the news as much anymore, I think. The regenerative properties of those early stem cells was really popularized, perhaps overly so, perhaps underly so. It got messy. But the moral of the story is axolotl are fascinating because of that regenerative property. They are part of the medical research community to the point where one of the reasons that axolotls have not gone extinct, despite there only being maybe 50 of them or less left in the wild, they don't know yet because the first census in a decade is going to be this September, which sucks. We'll talk more about that later, but if you've been reading the inslates, you've got a little bit of a cheat sheet ahead of you. And I love the idea that out of all the other ways you can bring a sim back from death, we at least are going to say that the axolotl collection, collecting and then releasing, which I think would be a really beautiful and poignant way to add a little twist to that. But what about collecting and then releasing one of each type of axolotl in order to either regenerate a sim's own life so that they can become healthier or maybe become more youthful, or to bring a sim back from the dead? Just once. I don't know if you get a plaque or something from releasing or collecting all the axolotls, but I think that'd be great. And I don't know if releasing the axolotls actually changes the eco footprint, but in my humble opinion, it absolutely should. That would be really cool. But we'll look into all of those things and we're going to be adding to this lore. And I'm very excited about that because I love lore-rich Sims. And here we are trying to study for historical insights. I kind of love that Ukapanipo can't do that. So what would I have him do while he's waiting? Let's see. I think he'd try to do something, maybe some clear skies. Let's call clear skies because he absolutely would. Oh, geez, I totally forgot how cool that is. He used his mermaic powers to change the weather because he's trying to make it nicer so that, you know, his beloved Nalui will be able to actually see what she's trying to do. And they can chat about the axolotls. But I think, oh, and what's he up to now? Sir. Ma'am, for someone who's like, oh, I'm feeling unflirty, you're doing a very bad job of convincing me that Nalui has had, what are you? You are sending such mixed messages. Nalui has had her feels for Ukudamipo and wants to propose. Do you want this to happen? Sure. Not right now. Not right now. We'll just bring it up. Where's that ring? Ukudamipo, you need to go find that ring. Oh my gosh. Acquired the romance skill. Nalui, you can't just go in cold on your romance skill by going from 0 to like, let's get engaged after you're like, I'm feeling unflirty. Make up your mind. I feel bad for this man. Here, because we like, Nalui's new skill in romance will allow her to successfully flirt more frequently and romance other Sims faster. She can now research romance tips on the computer and perform a romantic introduction. Lovely, Nalui. I swear to you, will you please, like, at the very least, hug this man lovingly, or like, I'm just absolutely. Here, can you please give him feebly ask to create a date because you're feeling unflirty? That just sounds like you're trying to put all this effort on him. Blow a timid kiss, discuss relationship status. Would you please go ahead and just give this man a hug? I ask thee. I ask thee. Reluctantly embrace. Don't you dare reluctantly embrace. Fine, fine. Don't do it romantically then. Maybe you're just feeling super shy about this. You hug him lovingly at the very least, sir. Or ma'am. But I can't believe how she's just sending me around like with this whiplash. Anyway, Ukapanipo brought her over to study this big rock because it's a picture book as far as he's considers. Don't you dare dig that up. That's hilarious though that you were trying to dig that up, Ukapanipo. And he was trying to bring her over to show her this other big rock. Well, it's a littler rock than that one, but it's shinier because he wanted her to be able to collect those crystals that she's looking for. So that was very kind of him. I'm gonna have her come and I'm gonna have her like maybe take a photo and survey this thing to try to get those conservation skill boost. I want to see if that helps improve our career performance, even though we don't happen to have the ability to take samples from the ocean. But Nalui might have to pivot from being a master of the marine affairs, which is a job that is supposed to be helping her with, you know, from coral reefs to sea turtles. Show your love of marine life in the sea. The ocean calls to you. She hasn't been able to be in the ocean. She hasn't been able to contribute to that. We might have to have her pivot, and I might try to put her into the conservation branch of the conservation career, which I think would be a really fun sense of development for her as she realizes to help save the world. She needs to move into doing things that really bring people together, get grants. She has to really start applying herself to a more kind of like academic and business side of things. And then she can have her fun time flirting with her mermaid, like swimming in the sea on the side. Meanwhile, since she just joked about becoming engaged because just send poor Ukapanipo's head into a little like swirling vortex, why don't you? I'm gonna have him come over and maybe examine the water here because that sad bear keeps walking around talking about a ring they lost in the pond. And what better way to go ahead and like propose? I hope that's legal. Wait a minute, Nalui, is that polygamy? Because we don't know if your first marriage is void yet.
Oh, no.
Oh no, this relationship with Leo might get really interesting. Oh, you guys are giving me a little bit of I love how I spent hours mentally prepping to sit down and see what our beloved Sims are up to today. And I don't know why I stress myself out. I just need to jump in with them and they're going to take us out and have a good time. Speaking of going out and having a good time, we haven't really had any time at all to poke around at some of the new things that have showed up with... Sir, you're just fresh and frisky from attempting romance while in a clearing surrounding. You know, he loves water. I love the idea that he feels better now that he's close to water. But we haven't had any time to really look over some of the new aspirations that are currently with us. Romantic Explorer is one of them with the spark of love. And this is the one of two new aspirations. Examine the water, didn't notice a minnow. I noticed a minnow, but didn't see any new varieties of fish. Why don't we see if we can go ahead and fish? Do we still have those fish? We still have the fish in our pockets. Oh, we got to give them a little home or release them so they don't die. Like, Ukapanipo is a little bit sensitive about that since we're trying to take care of them. Right now they're in great quality. Let's see. I think we'll go ahead and we'll release these fish into the water by using them as bait, but we're gonna say, since Ukapanipo is currently a urban treasure hunter, that he's releasing these fish into the water to go bully the other fish and bring them to him and let him know, hey, have you seen a ring? So let's go ahead and we'll use aquatic lure, which is another one of his mermaic skills. Yes, I know you think you're hot, Ukapanipo. And Louis looked at every angle but can't find anything else from surveying the rock cropping. That's great. Let us fish we'll begin with this guppy and we'll work our way down. And meanwhile, Nilui, did you manage to get a crystal or anything from that rock? Where on, maybe surveying my crystal rocks is like messing them up. Gosh darn it, I didn't get anything from that rock either. Well, let's come down and we'll have her dig around in these dig piles. And I think there was a frog over here too. And that's one of the very creepy, need to be replaced for custom game reasons, mages from the magic world. I swear, Leo, getting you to like study, like, wouldn't it be so cool to have Leo discover a tome in the haunted library that awakens magic powers and allows him to bring his sister back from death that way too? There's too many directions we can go with so many of the cool things we could do with these Sims. I'm so glad that I'm finally figuring out how to try to juggle all of that. Because, I mean, if he meets this mage, it's not realistic at the moment. Because she's in a swimsuit, for one, I guess. And then the other thing is he's asleep. So we'll keep an eye out, though. Because if we end up meeting some of the mages, that would be a fun twist to maybe be like, you're a wizard, Leo. And that's how he could bring his sister back. Also, I could have sworn there was a frog around here. Ribbit? Ribbit, maybe? Ukapanipo had some frogs. Are there birds or bats? I think there's bats out at night. I highly approve of this. This very much pleases the Seri. But anyway, we haven't had any time at all to really go ahead and look into the new aspirations that have come with Lovestruck. One of which is indeed the Romantic Explorer. And this is currently the Spark of Love. That's the level 1 of this new aspiration. The aspirations, as usual, just tend to be ways to help you explore new features within the expansion packs. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to, like, really, like, polish my hands off, like, brush the guinea pig Timothy orchard hay dust off my hands, and learn how to make my own aspirations, because I really miss aspirations being more tied to, like, a life aspiration and desire for these Sims. Also, Ukapanipo. You got another guppy with a guppy. I don't know. Maybe I like the idea that that little guppy just came right back and was like, I couldn't find anything, boss. And the Louie, why don't you know about Sad Bear's story too? Why don't you come over and, did that help your job career, by the way? I think it may have helped her career. Let's have her take another picture and survey this spot too, because I want to see if that's going to help move her career performance up at all. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, that's it. We're focusing on this. Romantic Explorer Aspiration, currently on the Spark of Love. And you start this one off wanting to get to know your date. Go on a get to know you date, which is apparently one of the new types of dates. And we haven't created a date yet either. I wanted to do that, but I feel like we kind of got told by Nilui, like, hey, I'm not feeling super flirty right now, but also do you want to get engaged? Which kind of is sending some mixed messages, just saying. And then achieve level 2 of the romance skill. And to increase romance skill, freshen up on a mirror, perform romantic gestures such as flirting with other Sims, or read a romance skill book. Skill books can be purchased directly from the bookshelf. Yeah, no, like, wouldn't it be so cool if Ukapanipo becomes a romance skill book author? I would love that. Use the romantic blanket 3 times to snuggle or woohoo with another Sim. Share food 2 times. On the phone, purchase a Sweethearts box from the romantic items or order on a computer. You can also do that at some of the kiosks, which we'll look into in just a little bit here. But that is... Oh, also, we got a salmon here. I mean, look, sometimes as a lover of biology, it can really spin my head trying to keep track of all of this. Also, invasive species! Get over here! You found invasive species in the pond, Nilui? You can't just leave that alone. Also, I don't know if that even helped with her conservation job. But it's definitely helping with the story of she's trying to make this place nicer, at least. But the food, the Sweethearts box that you can feed your Sims from, you can actually get at the kiosks that we saw that sell flowers and things like that too. Ukapanipo's probably going to go and pick some of that stuff up pretty soon, since he's trying to win over Nalui's heart after all. But what are the other things? Kissing Garami. That's hilarious. We should maybe give that to her as a gift. But some of the other things that come with the 3-level romantic explorer include discussing romantic boundaries, having a romantic partner, achieving level 4 of the romance skill, and embracing someone 3 times. All of the romantic explorer is searching to see what romance has to offer. Then we've got get gold on a romantic date, achieve level 7 of the romance skill, which hints at it possibly being a 10 level skill. I'm actually pretty curious to see what kind of romantic things the romance skill offers you. Perform 25 romantic gestures with a partner sim and woohoo at least 3 times at different locations. I really wish that wasn't part of exploring all that romance has to offer, because it's all just like physically based stuff. Sometimes that doesn't work for people. Personally, I'm big on like the physical touch realm is familiar and beloved as my love languages with my beloved husband, but it's not like something I wish it was something like help your partner sim reach their aspirations or stuff like that. That I think would be really cool. The other new aspiration that came with the love ability is really just Paragon Partner. I feel like someone played chicken with this aspiration and blinked. They were the chicken that blinked because there's only 1 level. Discuss romantic boundaries, have 2 or more partners, have 2 or more very satisfied relationships, go on 3 dates with partner sim. You blinked. If you were going to add in Paragon Partner where you have more than 1 partner, because that's the point of this one, is Sims want to have successful relationships with 2 or more Sims, don't blink. Like, do it. Like, just don't blink. So that reward trait gives you affection aficionado, have a slower relationship satisfaction loss with other Sims. That's different from serial romantic. The serial romantic skill wants to play the field and go on lots of dates with different Sims. They're the players. They never cause other Sims to get jealous no matter what they do, probably because everybody knows, oh, you're just like Dawn. Well, I shouldn't get attached. And if they break their own heart with heartbreak, oh, the pain. But that's also different from soulmate, which is the sim wants to find the one and they get the companion trait that makes interactions with their spouse ease the trials of life, which I think is, again, kind of sweet. Become an adult, be married to BFF, silver on dates with spouse, soulmate, gold dates with spouse. Like, even that one's hard. Like, I guess finding your soulmate makes sense, but I feel like juggling more than 1 relationship should be a lot harder than just like, we talked about our boundaries and everything's good. Like, anyway, we're focusing on the romantic explorer, which might give us the reward trait seasoned romantic. Seasoned romantic Sims find their romantic relationships with other Sims growing faster. They also get over embarrassment faster since they know that you don't need to be embarrassed when it comes to love. That really fits Ukapanipo to a lot of teas, a lot of teas, all the tea, spill the tea. With Nalui here, she does not need to go kick that soccer ball. However, I wish she could get like the fossils and the crystals. One of the things we're gonna have her do, since she has decided, I have no idea where this get engaged to Ukapanipo thing came from, but I kind of love it. We're gonna actually have her help out with researching this whole axolotl mystery and backstory. Oh, what's this? What's this? Is this what I've been collecting when she does her surveys? Send it to analysis to gain... What? That's what I needed to do. Send it in for analysis to gain job performance or sell it for a bit of side profit. No, Louie. You should have been more specific. Is that going to really help our job, like, performance? I don't know. Let's see. It's kind of in the middle of good right now. Let's keep an eye on that. And let's send it all in. Send to research center, send to research center, send to research center. That's how we can keep our master of the marine arts even though we can't do our job. Are you kidding? I'm gonna be doing that the whole time. Oh my gosh, I wish I had noticed that sooner. But that's how you learn new things, I suppose. Also a ways to learn new things, and also, no, we get over here and add some bird seeds in here. Ways to help out with like this research. We have some archaeology skill with our girl Nilui, and we have the pop-up workbench, so she can come on in and she can work on extracting fossils or practicing analysis. We can go ahead and try to authenticate some vases bosses, whatever, some of the things that washed up on shore. Back in the island of Sulani, Nalui would get this wonderful fun boost that every time there was a big thunderstorm, which she was terrified of because she's terrified of storms after having ended up in one that caused her to lose her memories and wash up on shore of an island in the middle of nowhere, Nalui has different dig sites from my all-time favorite game pack, the Jungle Adventures game pack, show up after storms as a result of treasure like washing up on shore after she was like just sitting there on her island, you know, sunken treasure. So she has quite a few of these things, and I actually think that the archaeology skill could be quite insightful to help us out with being able to go ahead and let's see, can we extract a fossil at the very least with this limestone? At being able to figure out more about the legends, lore, and history of these axolotls. Speaking of the axolotls, can we breed them again? We can. I swear, this is wild. Which axolotl should we breed? We have a wild copper, a gold, and a green. What if we breed the gold with wild copper? Oh my word. We have a copper! Okay. That made her really happy. Let's see what we got here. So, is that the... Oh, it's the very first one! An axolotl with copper and brown colored body. I want to admire these adorable little axolotls, and I just want to like coo over them. But as long as we only have one of each type, we have to kind of keep them in our pockets for breeding, poor things. So we'll keep our hands on those. Ukapanipo, we gotta figure out, these fish need to start ponying up and telling ya where the heck that ring is, because Nalui just was like, haha, wouldn't it be nice to get engaged? Like, that's gonna send our poor romance boy into overdrive. But Nalui is indeed trying really hard to kind of survey the area, understand the nature of the space, and also provide some help to Leo so that we can try to figure out what to do about his sister. So peck away at that. And with Leo, I don't know if his collection manages to get like, oh, they share household collections? It is household versus individual sim collection. I have conflicted feelings about that, but we'll roll with it. And a fossilized Mousosaurus? I don't remember that. Is it cute? Be cute. It's cute! I'll take it. And Nalui seems to be quite happy about that as well. She's feeling fit because she's been like out on big walks, and now she wants to flirt with herself. You liar. You liar. There's nothing unflirty about Nalui. She's not even... That's just silly. And then here's a rose that I think Ukapanipo actually gave her. So you know what, Nalui? You know what? I'm gonna make you plant this thing because you're sending me so many mixed messages. I want to be able to just like... I'm gonna plant that and we're just gonna celebrate some memories of Ukapanipo being sweet. And hopefully I can take care... Where is that rose going? There it is. Okay, good. Alright, you take care of all those plants, okay? But alright, my friends. So this has not gone where I thought, but I feel like we've built up quite a bit of interesting lore and legends. Ukapanipo has unexpectedly drawn like a companion friend hanging out here with them. We still haven't found the ring. I'm beginning to wonder if him using the aquatic lure is kind of throwing that off. Or if we need to go ahead and talk to the sad bear again. Because now we have rumors of a ring that our merman can go ahead and get for his beloved. And then for Leo, if the axolotls are... I feel like we need to do something a little bit more profound to really represent the axolotls for him. Like work on something like completing a bit of the archaeology collection. Or perhaps, I know what we probably will end up doing, is purchasing a really wrecked, destroyed parking lot or something like that and trying to turn it into an axolotl wilderness habitat and like raise the business level to like level 5 or something. That would fit. But also I need to keep remembering his sister died. There's a lot going on here. I love it. We will be following along with more. Do not use that for grilling, please. We'll be following along with more of their adventures, and we will be using the dice of destiny to pick whomst we shall follow. And also, I wanted to note, I feel like everybody, or okay, not everybody, but I feel like Leo would be really nervous about this grill. So one of my thoughts was we need to come on in. And we're gonna block this grill off. Oh geez, I put testing. Okay, ignore all of the things we're not supposed to be able to see. I feel like Leo would block the grill off with like a crate or something, because it would make him really nervous, the idea that like something could happen to someone again. And so he might drag some like big crates from his grandma's basement over here. Just to try to, like, yeah, I feel like he'd block it off because he's like, I mean, acknowledging my sister died by looking at those crates is too hard. But maybe just, like, kind of, oh, cool, unauthenticated statues. I probably shouldn't poke those because then I'll want to be able to look at everything. Oh, there's so many cute things here. I don't know, maybe stacking firewood next to it is a little bit too much for him too, but, well, we're just looking for like some cool like ruins and things. That's probably not useful to fit there. Jeez, you can really like end up just here. Some these adorable like hand painted pots. They're actually from the new expansion, so I really think that that's fitting. There we go. We'll just kind of pile some stuff up here, use up some of their funds because that is indeed a fun way to go ahead and take care of things. There's a little thing of celery. That's really cute. Oh no, I need to get out of here because now I'm like, oh, this is all adorable. Let's just keep decorating. But I like, there, now the grill is blocked. And I just like the idea that Leo kind of just tugged some things over. He's trying not to think too hard about it because surely his sister's not dead, right? Oh wait, he woke up. He woke up and I think we need to go over and we might need to like, maybe, can I get her grave? Or can I get her, where did her urn just go? Please tell me. Please, oh my word. Ira, please don't do that again. Oh my gosh. I thought I did a big bad. I thought I got rid of his sister's grave. We need to find a better place to put this thing. I need to put it somewhere a little safer. I'm gonna work on that. And then I will see you guys when we continue to see what kind of chaos these poor Sims get up to next time.
Boba.
Bye-bye.
Yarp. One of